President Bongbong Marcos talked to some business companies in Laos to convince them to invest in our country. Marcos said in the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit yesterday that the government is improving the trade, transportation, and digital infrastructure of the country. He also assured them of laws that will incentivize foreign investors. Before this, Marcos had an online meeting with his cabinet to discuss the repatriation of Filipinos in the Middle East. This is after Israel launched an airstrike in southern Lebanon.
Kung may barko tayong kukunin, nandyan na, malapit na sa Beirut, na sandali lang, basta the embassy gives us the all clear and they say that our people can go, mailabas na kagad natin so that hindi sila nag-aantay na matagal in danger areas.
Oo, importante yan eh. Kasi mahirap yung huli na yung sa lahat bago pa natin ma-repatriate yung mga kababayan natin. And I was reading about it, no? According doon sa yung UN's International Organization for Migration o IMO, 170,000 foreign domestic workers ang nakapalagay ngayon sa alanganin, ano? Dahil nga doon sa nangyaring gulo na yon. Yung ilan doon, of course, kasama mga Pilipino. Tapos ang problema kasi doon, it's either nilalak sila ng mga employers nila sa loob ng bahay or hindi nga sila pinaalis or ina-abandon sila sa mga kalye doon. Yun ang nagiging problema doon. So kawawa yung mga mga kababayan natin at saka ilan pang mga foreign domestic workers. Tapos ang problema pa yung iba under kafala system. And we all know naman what a kafala system
ownership
is.
system.
Yes. So yun yung mga nagiging problema. And others, nagdadalawang isip bago umuwi dito kasi anong trabaho ang makukuha nila pagdating nila dito. Pero syempre, di ba, isipin mo, trabaho mo o buhay mo.
Actually, we should, they were also talking about maybe to discuss finally some measures or proposals that will govern the way we deploy people. Especially in areas na like tinatawag nila yung powder. The Gulf area in general is safe naman. Like you have Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. Okay yan eh. Yung delikado dito yung tinatawag ng powder keg area, which is Iran. You have Iraq, Syria, you have the border of Lebanon, Israel, Palestine. Kasi one nation goes to war. When Israel started, sabi ng iba, dapat hindi nyo nang hinintay sumama ang Iran. Given sasama yan at some point eh. Diba? Kasi sabi nila, oh, it's only limited naman to Palestine and Israel. Hindi. We all know that eventually Iran would have joined in. And if Iran and Israel come to blows in a full-out, all-out war na palitan ng missile, if more evacuations are needed sa mga neighboring countries, Iraq, Syria, diba? So, ano gagawin natin, di ba? So, dapat we should, how do you call this, control in deployment natin. Other countries have that deployment system eh. Oh, 1,000 punta pwede lang sa Iran, cut off yan. 1,000 sa Saudi Arabia, 1,000 sa Hong Kong natin ibigay. Parang ganun eh.
Yun nga, kaya nga din nag-uugat din yung usapin dito na kailangan ng mga kababayan natin talaga yung trabaho eh. Kasi if you have, di ba, regular, stable job here in your country, hindi ka na maghahangad na magtrabaho pa abroad sa ibang bansa, malayo sa pamilya mo na. Ang kinikita mo naman sa abroad, like dito sa mga Lebanon, hindi naman nagkakalayo din yung hindi naman ganun din kalaki.
Not that high, oo.
Diba?
It might be high for that kind of a job.
Yes, oo.
Pero then again, for example, yung kasambahay
para malagay ka sa
kasi yung kasambahay namin, ngayon, may minimum entry. But yung minimum entry, nasasabi mo 7.5 to 9.5 to 10. It's almost close to 20 that they're earning abroad. Ito pa, yung food mo, lodging, libre lahat yan. Sometimes nga yung sa kafala system, they charge you yung board eh. Tapos wala kang day off, di ba?
Tsaka imagine, ginagawa nila doon, kung aalis sila sa bahay nila, yung mga employers nila doon sa Lebanon, aalis.
Oo.
Iwan nila yung mga foreign domestic worker nila doon sa loob ng bahay, lalak nila para mabantayan yung bahay.
Yeah.
Yun ang nangyayari ngayon doon. Or i-abandon sila sa kalye. Alright.